validations. Right. With this knowledge, after understanding these concepts, it is going to take 1 week of time to understand all these topics. 1 week. Okay. Once these things are clear, then we are going to start with REST API. Once these things are clear for us, then we are going to start with the REST API. That is important. Spring Boot microservices. In order to develop the microservices, you should be strong in the REST API development. In order to understand the REST API, these concepts are required. In order to understand the REST API up to here, these concepts are required. Okay, good. Let's get started first. What is Spring Web MVC? Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in the Spring framework. Spring Web MVC. Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in Spring framework. Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in Spring framework. Spring Web MVC module is used for developing below types of applications. What are those? First one is web applications, and second one is distributed applications. What type of applications we can build by using Spring Web MVC, guys? Using Spring Web MVC, we can build two types of applications. First one is web application. Second one is distributed application. Web applications meant for customer to business communication. Web applications meant for customer to business communication. Web applications are meant for customer to business communication. This is also called as C2B. Example: Gmail, Facebook, our Ashok IT website also. These are for customer to business. Now see here, we have a Ashok IT website. What courses are running in Ashok IT? What are the courses that is offering by Ashok IT? What is the training schedule? All the details you can find out in the website. Okay, how to contact Ashok IT team? Contact us is available. So if you want to send a mail to the Ashok IT, this mail ID. If you want to visit the office address is available. If you want to make a phone call, phone number is available. Contact information. So if any student, now simple, your brother will ask you, I want to learn one course. I want to learn Java. Then what you will tell? Go to Ashok IT website and see what is the course content for the Java and see when the new batch is getting started. Then if you want to inquire about any particular course, then make a call to this number. If you want to send a mail, then use this mail ID. So one customer can communicate with the Ashok IT team by using this website or not. What are the courses are offering by Ashok IT? What are the training schedules are available? What are the online batches are available? What are the classroom batches are available? All those details you can verify by using this website. That means here Ashok IT is running a training in Ashok IT is a software training institute. We are running a training institute. We are providing services. You are the customers for us. You people are the customers for us, right? You people can verify our services by using this website. That means a customer communicating with the business. This is called as customer to business. C2B. C2B nothing but customer to business. Okay. Web applications are meant for customer to business communication. Now, can we develop a web application by using Spring? Yes. By using Spring Web MVC, we can develop a web application. And as well, we can develop distributed applications also. Before going to understand distributed, first we need to get the clarity. What is Spring Web MVC? Why we are learning Spring Web MVC? Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in the Spring framework. Spring Web MVC module is used for developing below types of applications. You can develop a web applications. You can develop a distributed applications also. First of all, what is web application? Web application meant for customer to business communication, C2B. Example, our website. People can communicate with, people can see our services, our courses, our batch schedules, all the details in our website they can find out. Okay. And the next one, distributed applications meant for distributed applications meant for business to business communication. Distributed applications meant for business to business communication. This is nothing but B2B communication. Business to business communication, nothing but B2B. Example. Now, Flipkart application will communicate with the bank application for the amount deduction. Bank application. Okay. Zomato application will communicate with the bank application. Swiggy Zomato application will communicate with the bank application. Next one, passport application will communicate with the Aadhaar application. Passport application will communicate with the Aadhaar. That means one application is communicating with another application. One project is communicating with another project. If one project is communicating with another project, then that is called as a distributed application. Distributed applications are nothing but web services. To develop distributed applications only, we are going to use web services or RESTful services. To develop distributed applications, we will use web services or RESTful services. To develop distributed applications, we will use web services and RESTful services. To develop distributed applications, we will use web services or RESTful services. Okay, good. Now, so what is web application? Web applications meant for customer to business communication, which is called as C2B. Web applications meant for customer to business communication, which is called as C2B. Gmail is one web application. Facebook is one web application. ashokitech.com, that is one web application. ashokit.in, that is one web application. Distributed applications meant for business to business communication. Distributed applications meant for business to business communication. That means Flipkart is doing business, ICICI Bank also doing a business. Whenever you purchase a product in the Flipkart, you will use ICICI Bank credit card to pay the bill amount. That means these two applications are going to communicate. If one application is communicating with another application for the business purpose, then those applications are called as distributed applications. Now, whenever you go for passport application, now you want to apply for a passport. When you are applying for a passport, will it ask for your Aadhaar number or not? When you apply for a passport, it will ask your Aadhaar number or not? When you apply for a passport, it will ask for your Aadhaar number or not? Come on guys. When you apply for a passport, it will ask for your Aadhaar number. It is going to verify your Aadhaar number is valid or not. It is going to verify your Aadhaar number is valid or not. It is going to verify your Aadhaar number is valid. That means passport application is going to communicate with the Aadhaar application. That is the reason they are called as distributed applications. They are called as what? They are called as distributed applications. Distributed applications meant for business to business communication. Okay, to develop distributed applications, we will use web services or RESTful services. Now, do you understand why we are learning Spring Web MVC module now? Do you understand why we are learning Spring Web MVC module now? Come on guys. Do you understand why we are learning Spring Web MVC module now? What we can do with the Spring Web MVC? We can develop a web application and we can develop a distributed application also. We can develop a web application and we can develop a web application and we can develop a distributed application also by using WebMVC. What is WebMVC? WebMVC is one of the module available in the Spring framework. Let's go to browser. You can type Spring architecture diagram. Spring architecture. Spring architecture diagram. Go to images. You can find out Spring architecture diagram. Can you see Spring architecture diagram? Can you see Spring architecture diagram? It is the diagram, man. Spring architecture diagram. Yeah. Now see this diagram. How big it is. Core, AOP, DAO, ORM, JWE, Web. Web is one module. Web is one module. Okay. So Spring Web is one module available in the Spring framework. Web module is available. If you take any diagram that is representing Spring architecture, web module will be available. Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in the Spring framework. Spring Web MVC is one of the module available in the Spring framework, which is used to develop web applications and distributed applications. I hope you got the clarity. I hope you got the clarity. What is the difference between web application and distributed application? Web application means directly customer will communicate with that application. Web applications are meant for C2B communication. Distributed applications meant for business to business communication. So to develop distributed applications, we will use web services or RESTful services. Now, so here we are not concentrating on the distributed applications. Distributed applications we'll discuss in the next chapter. That is REST API development. REST API development we are going to discuss. REST API development is going to take almost 20 days for us. REST API development will take more time for us. Okay. Now currently we are going to talk about how to develop a web application by using WebMVC. Okay. Good. Good. Spring WebMVC. Spring WebMVC providing so many advantages. Advantages of going for Spring WebMVC. Spring WebMVC advantages. Spring WebMVC developed. Spring WebMVC. Spring WebMVC developed in Spring MVC components. Spring WebMVC components are loosely coupled. Spring WebMVC components are loosely coupled. Spring MVC components roles are clearly defined. Spring WebMVC components are clearly defined. Spring WebMVC supports for multiple presentation technologies. Spring WebMVC supports for multiple presentation technologies. If you go for servlets, only JSP you can use as a presentation technology. But when you go for Spring WebMVC, it supports for multiple presentation technologies like JSP, you can use as a presentation technology. But here, Spring WebMVC supports for multiple presentation technologies. Example, JSP and TimeLeaf. JSP and TimeLeaf also you can use as a presentation technology. Okay, Spring WebMVC components are loosely coupled. Spring WebMVC components are clearly defined. Spring WebMVC supports multiple presentation technologies. What are the presentation technologies? JSP and TimeLeaf you can use as a presentation technology. Spring WebMVC supporting for form binding. Spring WebMVC supporting for form binding. What is the meaning of form binding? It will capture form data and it will convert into object. Okay. Now generally in the servlet, suppose for example, there is a concept called contact us. Okay. Here form is available. Contact us form is available. Okay. Now here you can enter your name, you can enter your email ID, you can enter your mobile number, you can enter your mobile number, and you can type your message. I want to enroll for, I want to enroll for data science. I want to enroll for data science. Click on send message. Email ID field exceed 10 characters in the length. Why email ID field cannot exceed 10? There is a bug here, guys. I have to fix that bug. I identified that. Let me take the screenshot. It's good. I got one bug. There is an incorrect validation here. There is an incorrect validation. Yeah, I have taken the bug. I will fix it. So email ID can be any number of fields, man. Email ID can have any number of fields. There is no limit for that, na? Okay. Now, when I click on send message button, that data should be stored into our database table. That data should be stored into our database table. Okay. Now here, whenever you capture this, whenever you submit this form, generally in the servlets, what you will do? Generally in the servlets, what you will do? You need to capture the data from the fields. Request.get parameter of name, request.get parameter of email ID, request.get parameter of mobile number, request.get parameter of message. Do we need to capture the form data or not? Do we need to capture the form data or not? Yeah, sir. By mistake, instead of email ID, mobile number validation coming for email ID. There is a coding problem. That is, there is a bug. By mistake, I have done that, sir. I have done the validation for that. I will correct it today. Okay. So by mistake, I have to keep the 10 numbers validation for mobile number, but by mistake, I kept it for the email ID. Okay, I will correct it. Don't worry. Fine, sir. So here, whenever end user submit this form, what will happen in the background? Whenever end user submit this form, what will happen in the background? We need to capture the form data. How to capture the form data? Request.get parameter. How to capture the form data? Request.get parameter. Are you able to follow me? How to capture the form data? Request.get parameter. But when you go for Spring Web MVC, you no need to use the request.get parameter because Spring Web MVC supporting for form binding. It will capture form data. It will convert into object. We no need to use request.get parameter. We no need to use request.get parameter to capture the data. We no need to use request.get parameter to capture the data because Spring Web MVC is going to take care of that part. Okay. Spring Web MVC components are loosely coupled. Spring Web MVC components are clearly defined. Spring Web MVC supports for multiple presentation technologies like JSP and TimeLeaf. You can use either JSP or you can use TimeLeaf as your presentation technology. Spring Web MVC supporting for form binding. It will capture form data and it will convert that form data into object. We no need to use request.get parameter to capture the data. Spring Web MVC providing form tag library. Spring Web MVC provided form tag library to develop forms easily. Spring Web MVC provided form tag library to develop forms easily. I want a form. Now you see here, whenever you go for a course registration, if you go for register for demo, a form is coming. In this form, drop down is there. In the drop down, data is there. The data is coming from the database. Okay. So form is having drop downs. This drop down data is also coming, right? So like this, you can develop the forms with the dynamic nature and you can develop the forms very easily by using tag library provided by Spring Web MVC. Spring Web MVC provided form tag library to develop the forms easily. Spring Web MVC provided form tag library to develop forms easily. Are you able to follow this? Spring Web MVC provided form tag library to develop forms easily. Okay? Good. Spring Web MVC supports for form validations also. Spring Web MVC supports form validations, supports for form validations, supports for form validations. Now you have seen here, if you go for register for demo, mobile number, if you give as 3, click on register. Mobile number field must have at least 10 characters, must be at least 10 characters in length. Mobile number field must have at least 10 characters in the length. Right? WhatsApp number field is required. This is mandatory field. This should have 10 characters. If I give more numbers, cannot exceed 10 characters in the length. The mobile number field cannot exceed 10 characters in the length. Okay, can you see form validation? See here, can you see form validation? If you don't select any training mode, the training mode field is required. Okay, so like this, can you see the form validations? Is it allowing user to submit the form with invalid data? It is not allowing the user to submit the form with the invalid data. Okay, so such kind of form validations also we can perform by using Spring Web MVC. Such kind of validations also we can perform by using Spring Web MVC. These all are the advantages of going for Spring Web MVC module. Are you guys able to understand what is Web MVC module and what are the advantages of going for Web MVC module? What is Web MVC module and what are the advantages of Web MVC module? Can you please read the points once again? Please go through these points, guys. I will give some rest for my throat for 2 minutes. So please read these points. All of you, please read it. All of you, please read it. Are you good? Fine. Advantages of Spring Web MVC. Can you please read these points? completed? Difference between web services and RESTful services we will discuss in the REST API, not now. Currently we are not talking about web services. Currently we are talking about WebMVC to build web applications. When I'm going to build REST APIs, then I will tell you difference between web services and RESTful services. Got my point, guys? So are you clear with what is WebMVC and what are the advantages of WebMVC? Yeah, perfect. WebMVC architecture, guys. Spring WebMVC architecture. Very important. Very important. Now, understand WebMVC architecture. Next 45 days of our course is depends upon this architecture only. REST WebMVC for 1 week, REST API for 20 days. Okay, microservices 20 days is completely dependent on this WebMVC architecture only. So please concentrate to understand what is WebMVC architecture. Okay, in Spring WebMVC architecture, below components we are going to see. Spring WebMVC architecture contains Spring WebMVC architecture contains below components. First one, front controller. This is also called as dispatcher servlet. Second one, handler mapper. Third one, controller. Fourth one, model and view. Fourth one, model and view. Fifth one, view resolver. And the sixth one is the view. Okay, so here in order to understand Spring WebMVC applications development or Spring WebMVC architecture, first we need to understand these concepts. If you know these 6 concepts, that means you know Spring WebMVC architecture. Spring WebMVC architecture contains below components. Front controller, nothing but dispatcher servlet. Second one, handler mapper. Third one, controller. Fourth one, model and view. Fifth one, view resolver. Sixth one, view. Can you guys look at this? What is WebMVC architecture? Can you guys look at this? What is WebMVC architecture? What are the components available? I will draw the diagram also, don't worry. First read these points. Spring WebMVC architecture contains below components. What are those components? Front controller, that is called as a dispatcher servlet, and the second one is handler mapper. Third one is controller. Fourth one is model and view. Fifth one, view resolver. Sixth one, view. Can you please read these 6 points and you have to remember them. Spring WebMVC architecture contains below components: front controller, handler mapper, controller, model and view, view resolver, view. Okay. Now, sir, what is this architecture? How this architecture looks like? Okay, first let me take this. Dispatcher servlet is one of the very important concept in Spring Web MVC. Okay, here we are having dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet. This is also called as front controller in Spring Web MVC. This is called as front controller in Spring Web MVC. Dispatcher servlet is called as a front controller in the Spring Web MVC. Now, here we have a application. We have a application. Here in this web application, there are so many menus are available, so many buttons are available. When you click on view details, it is opening that particular course details page. When you click on this button, one pop-up is coming. Okay, so when you enter the data and when you click on, something will happen. If you go for mock interviews, now you will enter your details here, you will enter your details here, and you will click on some experience. You will select your domain, you will click on book now. When you click on book now, payment gateway is opening. Okay, so many operations are there in our application. So many operations are there in our application. That means if I am clicking on this button, that means one request is going to the server. One request is going to the server. If I click on this button, that means one request is going to the server. Are you able to follow me? If I click on this logo, one request is going to the server. That means whatever you do, then UI, whatever you do on the user interface, it will send one request to the server. Whatever you do on the user interface, it will send one request to the server. Now, here, whenever user performs some operation, then one request will come to the server. Whenever user perform some operation, one request will come to the server. Who is going to receive that request in our Spring application? The request will be received by dispatcher servlet. Who is going to receive that request, guys? The request will be received by dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet. Now, whenever dispatcher servlet receives the request, it is responsible to handle that. It is responsible to handle that. Now, in our application, only one Java class will be available to handle. Multiple Java classes will be available to handle the request. Complete application functionality we will develop by using only one class, or multiple classes will be available. Complete application we are going to develop by using one application, or we are going to develop by multiple applications. Multiple classes will be available in our application. Now, when the request comes, dispatcher servlet don't know which class it has to execute. There are so many classes will be available in our application to handle the request. There are multiple classes are available. These classes are used to handle the request. All these classes are called as controllers. There are so many controllers are available in our application to handle the request. Controller is a class which is used to handle the request. What is a controller, guys? Controller is used to handle the request. For every page, one controller will be available. For home page, home controller. For login page, login controller. For registration, registration controller. For view details, view detail controller. For register for demo controller. Download course content controller. Okay, mock interviews. If you want to pay the amount, mock interviews controller will be available. Okay, menu, Java. For every course, there will be one controller. So many controllers will be available in our application. Those controllers are responsible to handle the request. Okay, now user clicked on one button, request sent to server. Who is responsible to handle the request? In the Spring Web MVC, dispatcher servlet is called as a front controller. It is responsible to handle request and response. Dispatcher servlet is called as what, guys? Front controller. This is the main gate. This is the main gate of our house. This is the main gate of our house. If anybody want to come into our house, they need to come from the main gate. Similarly, if any request should be processed in the Spring Boot application or Spring based application, it should go to dispatcher servlet. What is the role of the dispatcher servlet? Dispatcher servlet will act as a front controller. Request will come to dispatcher servlet. Now, that request should be processed by some controller. In the application, one controller is available or multiple controllers are available. In our application, multiple controllers will be available. Which controller should process that request? Dispatcher servlet don't know. That is the reason dispatcher servlet will talk to one component called handler mapper. Dispatcher servlet will do what, sir? What, sir? Dispatcher servlet is going to talk to one component called handler mapper. Handler mapper. Whatever the request which is received by the dispatcher will give the request to handler mapper. Handler mapper will identify that request should be processed by which controller. That request should be processed by which controller. User clicked on the login button. Okay, login controller should be executed. Now, see here, when I click on Java Core Java, you see the URL Core Java training. URL is coming as what? Core Java training. That means when user click on Core Java, it is going to Core Java training URL. When user click on Advanced Java, URL is going to Advanced Java training. When user is click on DevOps with AWS, URL is going to DevOps with AWS training. So for every URL, one particular controller should be executed. Okay. So similarly, there are so many controllers are available. For this request, which controller should be executed? That will be identified by handler mapper. Handler mapper is responsible to identify which controller should execute this request. Then dispatcher servlet will go and talk to that controller. Controller will execute the request and the controller will return the response back to dispatcher servlet in the form of model and view object. What it is going to return, sir? Model and view object. Model and view nothing but model means data, view means web page name. Model and view, data and page name. Now if you see, when you click on this core Java, some data is coming in the core Java. Some data is coming in the core Java in one page. Which page should be displayed, what data should be displayed will be represented by model and view object. Who is returning the model and view object? Controller will return. Okay, I'm repeating once again. Now observe. User performed a operation in the UI. Then request received by this request came. The request received by dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet gave the request to handler mapper. Handler mapper identified which controller should execute. It returned controller name to the dispatcher. Dispatcher executed that controller method. Controller method returned model and view object to the dispatcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First request came to our application. That request is receiving by dispatcher servlet. Why dispatcher servlet is receiving the request? Dispatcher servlet is acting as a front controller. Front controller means it is responsible. It is the main gate for the Spring Web applications. If you develop a web application or if you develop a distributed application by using Spring Web MVC, dispatcher servlet will act as a main gate. Every request should go through dispatcher servlet only. That is responsible to handle the request and response. Now request came. First step request came to the dispatcher servlet. Then what the dispatcher servlet will do? It will give that request to handler mapper. It will take the request and give the request to handler mapper. Handler mapper will identify this request should be processed by which controller. Controller is the request handler. Controller is responsible to handle the request. But in our application, there are so many controllers are available. Which controller should execute this request? That will be identified by handler mapper. Handler mapper. Handler mapper gave the controller details to dispatcher servlet. Then dispatcher servlet will go to that controller, will call that controller method. Controller will execute the logic to handle the request. It will return model and view object. Model means map, data in the form of key value. Model will represent the data in the map format. View means logical file name. Which web page should be displayed will be represented by view. Are you clear with this? Up to 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you are not able to understand? Are you able to understand or you are not able to understand? I'm repeating multiple times, guys, because it is very important to understand. It is very important to understand this. Okay, do you want me to repeat? Okay, cool. Now, user clicked on course name, request sent to the server. Who is going to receive the request in the Spring Web application? Dispatcher servlet. What is dispatcher servlet? Dispatcher servlet is going to act as a front controller. Dispatcher servlet will act as a front controller. It is responsible to handle the request and response. Once the request is received by the dispatcher servlet will talk to handler mapper. What is the responsibility of the handler mapper? Handler mapper is responsible to identify which controller should handle that request. There are so many controllers are available in our application. Which controller should handle the request will be identified by handler mapper. First step, request came. Second step, dispatcher servlet is going to receive the request because it is a front gate for our all the requests. Then immediately dispatcher servlet will give the request information to handler mapper. Handler mapper will identify which controller should execute that request. Then it will give back to dispatcher servlet. That's fine. Now dispatcher servlet got the controller information. Then dispatcher servlet will go to that controller, will execute the controller method. Controller will execute the logic, will return model and view object back to the dispatcher servlet. What is model and view? Controller will send data to the dispatcher. Controller will send the view file to the dispatcher. That means that the data should be displayed on that view. Model and view. Model means data. View means web page name. Model means data. View means web page name. Model represents the data in the form of key value pair. Once this view sent to the dispatcher servlet, then dispatcher servlet will talk to one more component called view resolver. It is going to talk to view resolver. It is going to talk to one component called as view resolver. View resolver is used to identify where the view files available in our application. View resolver is used to identify where the view files are available in our application and what is the view technology. Are we going to use only JSP as a view technology or we can use multiple view technologies? Do I need to use only JSP as a presentation or I can use TimeLeaf also as a presentation? I can use TimeLeaf also as a presentation. I can use TimeLeaf also as a presentation. Now, dispatcher servlet will give the view name to the view resolver. View resolver will identify where is that view file and what is the view technology it will give to the dispatcher servlet. What is the web page? What technology that used for developing that web page will be identified by view resolver. Request came. Dispatcher received it, gave to handler mapper. Handler mapper identified which controller should handle that request. Then dispatcher servlet calling controller method. Controller will handle the request and will execute the logic. Controller will return model and view. Model means data in the form of key value. View means file name. Then dispatcher servlet will give the view file name to view resolver. View resolver will identify where is the view file in the application. Where is the view file in the application and what is the view technology? Where is the view file in the application and what is the view technology? What is the view technology? Once it is done, dispatcher servlet will talk to one more component which is called as view component. Dispatcher servlet will talk to one more component which is called as view component. View component is responsible to render. View component is responsible to render model data in the view file and it will send that view file back to dispatcher servlet. It will send that view file back to dispatcher servlet. Then dispatcher servlet is going to send final response back to the web page. This is final response which will be sent to the user. So whenever you click on a button, so many things are going to happen in the Spring Web MVC. When you click on the button, so many things are going to happen in the Spring Web MVC. Finally, at the 12th step, response will come to the user. Finally, at the 12th step, response will come to the user. This is called Spring Web MVC architecture. A beautiful diagram came. Diagram is beautiful or not? Not beautiful, huh? I have used different colors, man. Okay. Right. Now, up to 6 points you are clear now? Model and view. Model means data. Here, controller don't know what is view technology, sir, because Spring MVC supports for multiple view technologies. Some people may use JSP, some people may use a time leaf, some people may use some different, some people may use some different technology for the presentation. Okay? So controller don't know what exactly the view technology used in our application. So that's why it will just give the file name to dispatcher servlet. Here, dispatcher servlet will give the file name to view resolver. View resolver will identify. View resolver will identify what is the view technology and where is the view file. View resolver will identify what is the view technology and where is the view file. Are you guys getting my point? Controller is giving only data and file name. But view resolver will identify where is that file, what is the technology used to develop that file. Is it a JSP file or is it a timeleaf file? That will be identified by view resolver. Once the file is identified by the view resolver, then dispatcher servlet will give the model data to the view component. View component will render that model data on the view file, will give to the dispatcher. Then finally dispatcher will send that response back to the client. Finally dispatch servlet will send the response back to the client. Now let me write some points here. Points here. Okay. Guys, don't compare WebMVC architecture now and RESTful architecture. Forget about REST. We are going to spend enough time for the RESTful services. Don't get excited. Don't ask the questions related to REST. It will confuse you. First, concentrate on the web application development. Once the web application development completed, then we will go for REST API development. Then I will tell you REST architecture. Don't compare it now. You will get confused. Okay, good. Whenever we send, when user send, when user send a request to Spring based web application, then that request will be received by dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet will act as a front controller in the Spring Web MVC. Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in Spring Web MVC. It acts as front controller. Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in the Spring Web MVC. It acts as a front controller and it will take care of request and response. Okay. Dispatcher servlet will give dispatcher servlet will give request information to handler mapper. Handler mapper is a predefined class and it is used to identify which request should be processed by which controller. Okay. When user send a request to Spring based web application, then that request will be received by dispatcher servlet. When user send a request to Spring based web application, then that request will be received by dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in Spring Web MVC. It acts as a front controller and it will take care of request and response. Dispatcher servlet will give request information to handler mapper. Handler mapper is a predefined class and it is used to identify which request should be processed by which controller. It identifies which request should be processed by which controller and it will give controller details to dispatcher servlet. Are you getting my point? Now observe, compare our diagram and theory. You will get more clarity. When user send a request to Spring based web application, then that request will be received by dispatcher servlet. First step. When user click on any button or click on any menu item, the request will come to dispatcher servlet. What is the dispatcher servlet? Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in Spring Web MVC module. It acts as front controller and it will take care of request and response handling. Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in Spring Web MVC module. It acts as front controller and it will take care of request handling and response handling. Are you clear with first step and second step? When user send a request, will go to dispatcher servlet. What is dispatcher servlet? Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in the Spring Web MVC module. It acts as a front controller and it will take care of request handling and response handling. Okay. Now, what the dispatcher servlet will do? Dispatcher servlet will give the request information to handler mapper. Handler mapper will identify which request should be processed by which controller. That is the third step. Dispatcher servlet will give request information to handler mapper. Handler mapper is a predefined class and it is used to identify which request should be processed by which controller and it will give controller details to dispatcher servlet. Guys, are you clear with 1, 2, 3, 4 steps? Theoretically, can you read it now? You will get more clarity. Diagram is there, theory is there. Guys, please, I request you to read it. I can't repeat multiple times. I will get throat pain. Lot of theory today. Samjha? Please go through those points. 3 points, man. मेरा हिंदी Sir, your Hindi is good. Thank you, buddy. मेरा मदर टंग तेलुगु. I'm from Andhra Pradesh, guys. मुझे हिंदी थोड़ा थोड़ा आता है. हिंदी थोड़ा थोड़ा आता भाई, पूरा नहीं आता. कुछ एरिया इन आंध्र प्रदेश. I'm from Prakasam district. ठीक है. Good. Anybody from Prakasam district here? Ellur, Bihar, Guntur, Ongole, Kurnool, Visakhapatnam, Pune, Kolkata, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, East Godavari, Kandukur, Srikakulam, Kerala, Kadapa, Pune. Oh, good. People are from different locations. Good. Siddipet, Telangana. Right, guys? People are from different locations. Good. Yeah. Fine. Chalo. So you understand these 3 points, right? When user send a request to Spring-based web application, then that request will be received by dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet is a predefined class available in Spring Web MVC module. It acts as front controller and it will take care of request handling and response handling. Dispatcher servlet will give that request information to handler mapper. Why it is giving that request information to handler mapper? User send a request. To handle that request, there are so many controllers are available. Which controller should handle that? That will be identified by handler mapper. Handler mapper will give that information to dispatcher. Then dispatcher servlet will call controller method. Dispatch servlet will call controller method. What is that controller? Controller is used to handle the controller is used to handle request and give data as response and give data with view file name. Controller is used to handle the request and give data with the view file name. Give data along with the view file name. View file name, which is called as modal and view. Modal means map. Modal means map. It represents data in key value format. Okay? Modal means map. It represents data in key value format. View file means it represents logical file name. View file name means it represents logical file name. Logical file name is just name of the file. It doesn't know which technology it is. Login, whether it is a JSP or not, we don't know. Whether it is a time leaf or not, we don't know. Controller don't know what is view technology we are using. Spring controllers don't know which presentation technology we are using.